Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have another in a series of 70th anniversary walkthrough videos from Disneyland. This is the 70th birthday of Disneyland this year in 2025. In 1955, July 17th, is when the original park opened up. The park before all the parks. The only park that Walt Disney himself has walked around in. So yeah, you get to experience what the park looks like today, though, in 2025, not back then. That would be a little tough, but I'm sure somebody will figure that out in the next few years, and how we can walk through an ancient, past, realistic looking Disneyland. Maybe, maybe it'll be black and white too, because everything was black and white back then, right? Old people. Anyway, the this basically on the 17th of this year, July 17th, they released a series of like 16 videos allowing people to see what it's like in the park, to walk around, ride some of the rides without ever having to pay a dime, except for your Disney Plus subscription. And you do it in a place at a time when there are no other people in the park. Maybe an attendant here or there. Maybe a certain mouse might show up at certain points. You never know. But in this case, we're at Avengers campus in California Adventure for this episode. We've gone back and forth, and we're almost done with this series. We've been doing this since July, every Sunday. In this case, though, you get to walk around Avengers campus. You get to go through the web building, or by the web building. You get to walk by that at night. This whole thing is shot at night, basically after the park is closed. It's a pretty decent time. You don't hear any extra noise, you don't see any people, and even if you did hear people yelling and screaming from the park across the way, you can't hear them anyway, because the Avengers theme music is playing in the background as you roam through the area. You don't get to go in the gift shops. Nobody's trying to sell you anything. Maybe Coca-Cola, I'm not sure. But Pym's Laboratories, you get to see them embiggening pretzels and mounting giant soda cans from the ceiling, and all sorts of different things to create an experience. Oh, you get to see the spider bots. Sorry, the spider bots that you can find throughout the park. Well, at least certain parts of the park, but those also exist. You get to see the new pass by the Avengers home base with a new gift shop that I didn't get to go into. I must have walked right by it, or maybe it wasn't done yet the last time I was there. All right, I could have just missed it. I was intent on getting on the rides. So, and it finishes off with a walk by of Guardians of the Galaxy, the former Tower of Terror. And yeah, I know, it's still Guardians of the Galaxy in Disneyland is better than Tower of Terror. You can still enjoy the Tower of Terror in Walt Disney World, where it was better than the Disneyland one. Just saying. Still is. It has a certain depth to it that the Disneyland one just didn't have. But it's been made better with the Guardians of the Galaxy. And hey, yeah, you want Guardians of the Galaxy in Florida? You got the Cosmic Rewind. So we're all even. Don't worry about it. It's not a big argument. But this is a fun little way of just, without having to deal with the heat, without having to deal with the crowds and the noise and the confusion, just really taking in the atmosphere, the lights, because this is, again, shot after the park is closed, because, hey, what better time? So yeah, this is a fun little peek at what we have, and we're going to do this again next week with oh gosh, are we at the end? We're almost at the end of the month. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You might be able to figure it out if you've seen the other episodes, which ride we might have left back in Disneyland, because we're going to finish in Disneyland. So yeah, there's also two others that they did for May the 4th. For Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, they did two videos, one for the Galaxy's Edge itself in Batuu, and they did one for the ride for Rise of the Resistance, which is always fun, but if you get a chance, don't watch it before you experience it yourself. And this is great for people, though, if you can't get to the parks, it's not in your budget, or you just haven't been there in a while, or you never plan to get there. This is a great way to experience the parks without ever having to get on a plane or drive real far or spend way too much money. So, because Disneyland is good at that, at making you do all of that. But it's always a good time. Usually. As long as you're not the one spending all the money. Let's pick tomorrow's episode. 98. If you don't know what I do here, these numbers are randomly picked and they correlate to a spreadsheet that I have that just has the things that remain that I have not yet watched on Disney Plus. We are down to less than 125 items, and honestly, at this point, less than 100 technically, I believe, at this point, because we reset the list at the beginning of October, and we're pretty much almost through October. And I also have a bunch of stuff already stuck in place, just like these weekly Sunday episodes. I already have a bunch of Halloween things we're going to watch leading up to Halloween. We have a bunch of Christmas stuff that is not, the list isn't complete yet, but we'll be watching leading up to Christmas. So this might be the last full quarter of episodes that I'll ever watch on Disney Plus. And for a time, there was just way too much shark documentaries on Disney Plus, through National Geographic, through other things. And I was getting 2 or 3 of these a week, and I was just getting sick of watching the same shark stuff. So I got rid of them. I just moved them off to another list, off the main list, still kept track of them, and once a year I would do a big compilation where I'd watch a few minutes of every documentary, and then come back and make a compilation of my reactions to each one of them, to talk about how different they might be. Well, since we're getting down to the last few episodes, I decided to incorporate the shark stuff back in. There's only 5 or 6 of them. I hope we don't get a bunch in a week. But odds are this whole series, if I keep doing it until I go to the very last item, it will probably end sometime in March, based on what I know and how much they tend to put back on Disney Plus, or what they add to Disney Plus each month. I got the math figured out. As long as they keep giving us good stuff and not just reality TV and sharks. The reason why I'm talking about sharks is this next episode is about sharks. It's one of the things I would have avoided any other time of the year, or the last few years. This one is called Super Shark Highway. Yeah. Super Shark Highway. I don't think there's sharks on the road unless they're a monster truck. Yes, I know about that. I know children. But there is a certain flow of water, I believe, that the sharks tend to make use of to get around. So, yeah, we're watching Super Shark Highway on the next Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.